Welcome back to Building Applications with MinStack. I'm your host once again, Onyancha Crispinus. In this session, we are going to focus more on understanding MongoDB schema design, which is our second session. We're first of all going to dive in understanding what non-SQL is. We're going to look at the syntax. Actually, non-SQL are databases that are relational. Normally, we are used to relational databases. This time around, we are going to focus on a document-based database. We're also going to solve a problem that is actually faced by most of the sectors, starting with the health sector, institutions, individuals who are actually looking for blood. Finding your blood donor, a match, is actually very hard. So what we're going to do here, we're going to design a solution that is going to help these donors or the recipients be able to register early in time and specify the blood types. And then later on, when you come back to the system and you're looking for blood donor, you can be able to locate the blood donor within an 11-mile radius range from your point of location. With this, you're going to also understand the ODM, that is the object driver mapper, that we shall be using with our Node.js. We shall be using this to connect to our MongoDB and also force persistence. Mongoose is actually consisting of 4 parts, that is the schema, the connection, the model, and the document. Now, in this sector, the schema is actually defining a set of rules and parameters that we shall be using. The connection is actually the number of sockets that we shall be persisting between the Node.js server and the MongoDB. When we combine both of them, we actually refer to them as the model. A document can be looked at as an instance of the model, where we shall be defining our JSON, and we shall be able to use the save data to the database and persist it. We shall also go ahead and understand the blood types that are available. This is to avoid a clotting system, among others. To start with, you will have to understand the different types of bloods, that is A+, O+, B+, AB+, and the minuses of these blood types. We shall also have to understand who can be able to donate to who can be a recipient, who can be a donor, at what stage. Now, for example, O- can be able to donate blood to all other types. O+ can only be able to donate to O+, A+, B+, and AB+. We shall be following this compatibility table for the red blood cells to understand this, because this is very important for our system. When we internalize this very well, we can be able to now code this into our system, write an algorithm that can be able to interpret this and be able to give the user the right results. We're going to start by importing Mongoose drivers. Then we're going to use the Mongoose drivers to actually create a schema. And this schema, we're going to be a set of rules on how we shall be defining and structuring our data. And in this case, we shall be storing name, and name should be of type string. We shall always be requiring this name, so we shall have to put require true. We shall also capture the email address of the individual or the record that we are actually storing. The email address should also be of type string, and we shall always be requiring it at each time. This email should be of correct format, so we are going to define a matcher or a pattern, whereby we shall be matching it against that pattern to make sure that the email is correct. We shall also convert our emails to lowercase so that we can make sure that when someone enters an email address, the same email address with a capital letter and a small letter, they should all be uniform. We shall also count the number of times someone has logged in. By default, shall be storing 0 before someone logs in ever. And then the different times that the person will be logging in, we shall be incrementing this number, and that the type is actually going to be of type number. We shall also go ahead and import this model that we just defined. We shall use require.js to import it. We shall also open the Mongoose connection by saying Mongoose connect. Then we're going to pass the database name that we expect to use. In this case, we're going to use test. And then we're going to create a model. And in this model, we are going to specify the schema that we are passing to this model. And then we are going to specify the database name. We're also going to specify what we should call our model. and we shall call our model user. Then we can go right ahead and create a new user, that is a new model object. And in this model object, we are passing in a JSON of type name and email address. We shall go ahead and just set the user dot save, and this actually returns what it returns. It takes in a function which is a return type. Actually, I'll call this process promise. A callback function is actually called here. So we shall put our callback function in this case, and we shall be passing the error in case we capture any error during the saving. If there is no error, we shall move forward and also be able to query whatever we just stored by saying user.find. Remember, this user is one with capital letters, which is our model right here. We shall say user.find, and then we shall pass it the parameter that we are using for querying, that is the key, and then we shall also pass it a callback function that takes in an error and the documents or the results that are actually going to be returned. And in this case, we shall check again. If there's an error, we shall exit, log the error and exit. If there's no error, we shall come here and log our results and be able to exit. This is all for this video, but maybe we should run it and see the output. If we run it, all you need to do is move to the command line and type node.js usage.js, and when you enter, it should be able to run this and show you the results. As you can see, we can see the results here.